Standard 5 students, today we will see about the HOTS and question answer and E answer D's in this chapter 11, force and energy. So let us see about this chapter. Exercise E, answer these questions. First we will discuss in this page. So first is, what is force? Explain the different types of forces. So force is a pull or push. Push or pull acting on an object is known as force. So with the help of pushing or pulling, we can move an object, and that force of pushing or pulling an object is known as force. Different types of forces are muscular force, gravitational force, frictional force, mechanical force, bioware force and magnetic force. So let us see about these all forces one by one. First is muscular force. Man and other living things, creatures use muscular force to do work. So we apply muscular force when we push, pull or lift something. So we apply our arm muscles or leg muscles to do any work. So when we pull or push any object with our arm, then we apply the muscular force of our arm to lift the object, to push the object or to pull the object. So this is muscular force. You can see the picture also. The man is lifting the heavy weight with the help of the muscular weight force. Now gravitational force. So you know that students, earth pulls every object towards itself with a force. The pull of the earth is the force and is known as gravitational force. The force with which earth pulls every object towards itself is known as gravitational force. The earth exerts this force on all the bodies within the gravity region of the earth. So within the gravity region of the earth, every object is pulled by the earth, and that is known as gravitational force. You can see apple is falling towards the ground due to the gravitational force. Every object falls towards the ground due to the gravitational force. Now frictional force. The frictional force is a contact force. When two bodies are in contact with each other, then only this force can work. That acts in the opposite direction to the motion of an object. If anybody tries to move, that force acts on opposite direction and it tries to stop the moving object. So we are able to walk because of frictional force. There are many advantages of frictional force. We are able to walk, we are able to write because of the frictional force. Rough surfaces has more frictional force than smooth surfaces, because rough surfaces opposes the motion more than the smooth surface. You can see the frictional force. The man is trying to push the heavy object towards himself, and the frictional force acts opposite of the force applied by the man. So it tries to stop the motion of the object. Next we will see about the pushing force. Man is pushing the door, the force of friction opposing the motion in the opposite direction. You can see the arrow. The pushing is opposite direction of the force of friction. Now next force is elastic force. The elastic force occurs as a deformed object spring tries to return to its original shape. This force arises when a body deforms. When we apply the force to a body, the body deforms in size like a spring or a rubber band. Now, a stretched rubber band comes back to its original position and shape, being released because of elastic force. When we apply force to the rubber band on the both sides, then it stretches. But after releasing the force, it again comes back to its normal size. So this type of force is known as elastic force. Elastic force arises when a body deforms. The shape of the body deforms when we apply elastic force. You can see in this picture a stretched rubber band before and after. A sponge is placed. After releasing the pressure, it comes back to its original shape. Squeezing a spring, it comes back to its original shape after releasing the pressure. So an object that will return to its original shape and size after being squeezed, pressed, twisted and stretched is elastic. So these type of objects are known as elastic objects. You can see these objects. Now next force is mechanical force. Most simple machines make use of mechanical force. For example, a pair of scissors can cut things using mechanical force. All the machines are using mechanical force to do the work. Like a pair of scissors, a hammer. You can see the pair of scissors. Fulcrum is in the middle and it helps us to cut the things. So it applies the mechanical force. Now buoyant force. Buoyant force is the upward push of water on a floating object. Is called buoyant force or upthrust. Since the force is working upward direction, it is known as upthrust also. This force is acting opposite of the gravitational force. Gravitational force is pulling every object towards itself downside, but the water pushes objects towards the upside. The force acts on every object, even on us, when we enter a swimming pool. We can swim in the swimming pool due to this force only. You can see the object that is opposite direction. The arrow is shown, so that you can see this arrow is going opposite, and weight of the object is downside due to the gravitational force, but the water pushes the object upside, so it can float on the water. This is bioware force or upthrust. Next is magnetic force. The force exerted by a magnet on other magnets or on objects made of iron is called magnetic force. So magnets attracts iron objects, because of the force exerted by the magnet to the object, and it can be to the other magnet also. The opposite poles of the magnet, north pole to north pole, they will repel each other, and the opposite pole will attract each other like north pole and south pole, and same pole will repel each other like north pole will repel north pole, south pole will repel south pole, but north pole will attract south pole and south pole will also attract north pole. This is the force. Now, what are simple machines? Question number 2. Simple machines is a device that makes our work easier and faster. So, every day-to-day work is made easy by using some machines. That these machines are simple machines. They make our work easier also and faster also. Scissors, knives, tweezers and tongs are some examples of simple machines that make our work every day easy. Like scissor, we can cut the things easily. Knives, we can cut the fruits and vegetables easily, so they make our work easy and fast also. Simple machines are grouped as levers, wheel and axle, pulley, inclined plane, screw and wedge also. Now next we will see about different types of simple machine. Picture is also inclined plane, wheel and axle, pulley, lever, wedge and screw. These are the simple machines that make our work easy. Question number 3. What is an inclined plane? How is it useful? So, what is an inclined plane? Inclined plane is a sloping surface connecting a lower level to the higher level. One side is lower and other side is higher, and these both are connected. So, that sloping surface is known as inclined plane. It takes less effort to push a heavy object up a sloping ramp than it does to pick it up and lift it to a higher level. An inclined plane makes the work easier and therefore it is a machine. So, inclined plane, we can lift heavy objects easily. We can move heavy objects easily. So, it is a type of machine because it makes our work easy. You can see the different examples of inclined plane. There is a ramp. There is a slide in the park. Flight of stairs also. That is also made inclined. Now, next question number 4. Describe a wedge. Give any 2 examples. A wedge is an object with at least one slanting side ending in a sharp edge. The wedge has a sharp edge like knife and axe. A nail also have the sharp edge that is slanting and sharp also. So, this is known as wedge. Knife and nails are examples of a wedge. You can see different examples: nail, knife, see here wedge also, that is axe. These are the examples of wedge. Now next, what is the lever? Question number 5. On what basis are levers classified? So a lever is a simple machine consisting of a beam or rigid rod pivoted at a fixed hinge or fulcrum. So there is a point of support to the lever that is called fulcrum, from where the lever moves. A lever is a rigid body capable of rotating on a point on itself. The point is fulcrum on which it can move. So, on the basis of the location of fulcrum, load and effort, the lever is divided into 3 types. There are 3 components in the lever: load, effort and fulcrum. According to the position of the load, effort and fulcrum, the lever can be classified into 3 types. You can see class 1 lever, load and effort are on the either side, and fulcrum is between the load and effort. In class 2 lever, you can see load is in between the fulcrum and the effort. And class 3 lever, effort is in between the load and the fulcrum. So, you can see the position of the fulcrum, load and effort, all the 3 levers are classified. Now, question number 6, describe mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the energy of an object due to its motion or position. It can either be kinetic or potential. So mechanical energy, if any body is in the rest, then also, and if any body is in the motion. So the energy possessed by an object due to its position is known as potential energy. When body is in the rest, then it is potential energy, and the energy of the body due to its motion is called kinetic energy. In this picture you can see potential energy because all the person in this picture is in the rest position. So the energy of a body at rest is potential energy. Now next in this picture you can see the energy of the body due to motion is kinetic energy. In this they are playing, so they are in the motion, so they have kinetic energy. Question number 7. What does the law of conservation of energy state? Law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy just changes from one form to another form. The total energy of an object never decreases or increases, it remains constant. So energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It only changes its forms. So one form of energy changes into another form and the energy remains constant. It cannot be lessened or it cannot be increased. It never decreases or increases. It remains constant. Now, HOTS question answer F. First question is F is what will happen if a child gets up suddenly on a seesaw? You know that seesaw is a first class lever and there is fulcrum in between the load and effort. So fulcrum is the middle from which it is moving. If a child gets up suddenly on a seesaw, at the same time other side of the seesaw will give fall to the ground because the weight of both the children were balanced. When they are sitting in the seesaw, there is a balance between the load and the effort. But and when one gets up, the weight gets unbalanced. When any side of the person will gets up, any child will gets up, then what will happen? The balance will be it will become unbalanced, and that's why the other side will give a drop. So other side will fall. You can see the seesaw. Both the sides are balanced by the boy and the girl. If the girl will get up or boy will get up, then balance will be disturbed and the other side will fall down. Now question number G. Observe the pictures carefully and spot the simple machine used. Here so in this picture you can see the girl is raising the cycle along a plane. That plane is inclined plane. So it will be easy for the girl to lift the cycle to garage because there is a slope in this surface, that is an inclined plane, that makes our work easy, and it is also a simple machine. Now in this case the woman is pulling the bucket from the well by using a pulley. Pulley is also a simple machine. It makes our work easier by changing the direction. You can see in here the woman is pulling the bucket from the well easily with the help of a pulley. That is a simple machine. In this case also you can see the man is using a vase. You can see the vase. It is also a simple machine that makes the work of cutting the wood easy. So this is a vase that man is using. The boy is using a third class lever arm. The boy is using the arm to eat the banana. You see he is holding the banana for eating, and that is our arm. It is a third class lever. So in this the simple machine is third class lever arm of the boy. So thank you students. This is complete question answer. Now we will meet in the next class with the next topic. Thank you all of you.